What's going on, guys? Chris here, back again with another market video for you guys today. In this one, we're going to be talking about what you guys can expect from the market today on Friday. We're going to talk about things you guys could possibly look at to make some coins, and just all around what to expect around the market today, whether or not we're getting a promo. We'll talk about that as well. So before we get into it, if you guys can just drop a like on the video and subscribe if you're new around here, that'd be absolutely fantastic. So a lot of people are asking the question of, is there going to be a promo today on the Friday? A lot of people were expecting FUD birthday. I personally was told a couple days ago, and a lot of people are now finding out that FUD birthday is most likely going to be next Friday. So that kind of leaves a question as to what sort of content are we going to expect today on the market. And there's going to be a lot of different things to talk about in regards to the market today. I also need to talk about one thing that EA messed up on, whether or not they deliberately did this on purpose. We'll talk about that as well in today's video. But we have a couple things SBC wise that we're going to be getting today. I personally think that we are going to be getting more icon SBCs today. We got 0 icon SBCs today on the Thursday. The last 2 weeks we've gotten icon SBCs. They didn't come out with them today. That leads me to believe that they're going to come out with those as the content drop today on the Friday. That's something I would be looking at. Now, in terms of what to look at with these cards, is the player selection is going to be interesting, because if we don't have a promo, there's going to be no pack supply coming. So whatever cards are dropping, through these icon SBCs, there's going to be a bottom point on these cards. And obviously, Balak last week, when he got his SBC, was dropping and dropping and dropping, and then he rebounded. And the reason why he rebounded was because he hit a bottom point. People saw that he was too low, and they, instead of doing the SBC, they bought him for their teams. And there's going to be a low point if we do get these icon SBCs today. So that's something I would really be paying attention to today on the market. Another thing to look at is Road to the Finals. Road to the Final cards, the reason I say look out for these guys is because at, I think it's 7 a.m. Eastern time. It might be like 12 p.m., UK, 1 p.m. Europe. We're going to be getting the round of 8 draw. And we're going to be getting, I think, the round of... Is it the round of 16? No, I think it's the round of 8 also for the Europa League. So they're, we're going to have a draw for both of those. And what's going to happen is, depending on the matchups that certain teams get, their road to the finals are going to go up, and some of them are going to drop. And we've seen that in the past happen. If you remember Frank Kessie and you remember Rebic, those were two players that when they got united in the draw, they both went down simultaneously. And you did see that. I could see something similar happening positively or negatively on a lot of these, roads to the final cards, depending on who they get in the draw. So, for example, there's a team, obviously, Spurs fans, you might not want to hear this, but Dynamo Zagreb, right? That's a team that is going to the round of 8. If United come up against them, I could see Pogba going up today, right? So that's something to kind of keep an eye on. You might be able to make some coins by buying at the draw time and seeing if, you could see a rise into the later part of the day. We also are going to have Road to the Final upgrades tonight as well. So if we don't get a lot of content today, which I'm not really expecting a crazy Friday, these Road to the Final cards, and with a lot of cards in the market as well, in my opinion, are going to go higher in price. And I think people know that these guys are getting upgrades, and they will buy into them, in my opinion, going into later tonight. So those are two things you want to be looking out for on Road to the Finals. You want to be looking at cards that, depending on their matchup, say Arsenal gets Slavia Prague, a bombing maybe inches up a little bit. If, let's say, Man City get Porto, Cancelo, right? That's somebody that I'm keeping an eye on, especially because I think this Cancelo should rebound. Like, this is a card that, people, City are the favorites against most teams, but if they get Porto and they get like an automatic semi-final the way they've been playing, I can't help but think that this guy is going to rise today. So those are some Road to the Final looks that you guys should be, looking around with today. And that's going to be coming at 7 a.m. Eastern, and that's going to be like 12 p.m. UK time, 1 p.m. Europe. I think that's what it's going to be. Another thing that I'm expecting the market to go higher today, if we don't get lightning rounds today, and again, they would need to have a promo to come out for lightning rounds to actually be released into the game, I expect SBC fodder to go higher today. And the reason I think that is because if we get icon SBCs or not, I think regardless of them coming out, I do think fodder goes higher because there's going to be no pack supply. People are going to be saving packs still, obviously for Fun Birthday next week. And you've got SBCs, and you've got Kylian Mbappe that just came out for 2.1 million. In my opinion, not worth it. But again, I think people will try and grind towards a card like this. We have Doherty, we've got Busquets, you've got the Prime Icon upgrade if people still haven't done that. You have the Mid or Prime Icon upgrade. You have a Party Bag that technically you could still go and complete. You have Cavani you can technically still complete. And then you've got these older Prime Icon Moments cards. And then you still have Player of the Month Messi that's coming in at about 1.9 million. So there's a lot of SBCs coming out today, that are still out, that people can go out and go and do, especially if there's not a lot of content today. People will find things to do, and they'll go and start grinding for their favorite players in SBCs. So, if you guys have fodder and, you haven't sold it yet, I probably would just keep holding because I think it goes higher today with no pack supply. And that's, like I said, if there's no pack supply. 86s I'd keep, 87s I'd probably keep a little bit, 88s, 89s. I mean, 89s, we talked to you guys a little bit on the streams recently about how you could buy fodder whenever there's pack supply, and they always rebound. And it's something that when there's a lot of, SBCs coming out, this is something you guys can make coins on any freaking week, is whenever there's a lot of SBCs out, like this Messi, like a Cavani, like a Prime Icon upgrade, right? Things that people are able to grind for. Anytime fodder goes low because of pack supply, it always rebounds. And that was twice today it happened. So you go take a look at a guy like Dybala, who's up at almost 57,000 coins right now. This guy was like 51.5 during marquees. You look right here, he goes down to 52,000 around rewards time. Goes a little bit lower to 52, then spikes up to 56. Goes lower again to 51, and then goes back up to 56. And it's just an easy way to make coins. And like I said, I expect fodder to go higher today if we don't get, some pack supply. That's something I would also keep an eye on. Something I also would keep an eye on is the Team of the Week 25. And the reason why I think this is something you guys should keep an eye on is because we've talked about in the past with our Team of the Week trading and investing guides that if we don't get pack supply today and there's no promo, most likely you have already seen the lowest point for a lot of these Team of the Week cards, unless EA decides to try and crash the market with like a Prime Icon player pick or another Prime Icon SBC. But these cards are most likely going to be lowest yesterday on Thursday or even today on the Friday. And if we don't get much content, I could see guys like Jota, who's back down to 215 by the way, and something I'm interested in right now, the fact that he's 215. I'm going to actually buy a few if he comes up at 210-ish. Novice would be something I'm keeping an eye on. I'm keeping an eye on Tierney as well. Even a guy like Lautaro, like this Lautaro likes to bounce a lot. I've noticed from Wednesday, he's done pretty well in terms of bouncing. He went from like 550 all the way to 678, down to like 444, goes down to 403, back up to 420, down to 339, back up to almost 410, and that's where he's kind of chilling right now. So he has shown that he is somebody that people, and look at the card by the way, he's got 89 pace, 89 shooting, 90 dribbling, and 88 physical. That's a solid card. I think people are really wanting to try out this card. That's something I really would keep an eye on. And in regards to other Team of the Week cards, I expect fodder, informs, and stuff like that to probably rise just a slight bit today if we don't really get that much content, in terms of pack supply. Another thing I actually want to talk to you guys about, and I just lost my train of thought. I was going to talk, I think, a little bit about... Oh, out-of-pack specials. That's something I also would really look at if I were you guys, because out-of-pack specials, guys that are rare in this game, these are going to be cards that are great to trade with today. They might fluctuate a little bit. It's going to be a really, really good way for you guys to trade because there's going to be demand. People are going to play Weekend League. We obviously have that Weekend League player pick that came out. So you are going to have people that are going to be doing Weekend League this week. So I expect the market to go higher today. Like out-of-pack specials, I expect to go higher if we don't get content. I expect guys like Neymar's gold card and Mbappe's gold card, players like that to go up as well. I can expect that. And icons. I think icons that are, regardless, if you have like a baby Zola here, right, and this is somebody that is one of the more usable baby icons out of packs, he's 620 right there. Could this guy inch up today on Friday night? 100%. This is going to be a really good trading day for you guys in terms of icon trading, out-of-pack specials, get on bids as well. That's another thing you guys can look at doing today. And one last thing I want to talk about, and this is in regards to how we trade. EA today, with everything that's been going on this week about, you know, the icon situation, the web app debug and all that kind of stuff, today we can no longer compare price on a car anymore. And that is something that is a huge part of the way that I trade, especially because of the time that I commit towards my streams. Now think of it in my situation. If I was not a streamer or a content creator, the majority of the things that I'd be doing would be on the companion app. And the reason for that would be because I can icon trade on this app, and I can literally go to the 59 minute and find deals all the time. But because I put a lot of times into my streams, right, I have to resort to going on an icon filter or going on this special filter with a shadow on it. And that is a big part of the way that I trade, because I put a lot of time into my streams. That, I don't know, is deliberate from EA. I hope it's not, because if it is, that's a really bad change to the game. Not being able to compare price snipe, and them thinking like that's the way to go in terms of, oh, we fixed, you know, we fixed the market and stuff like that. No, they have even bigger problems if they think that's how they're gonna go and do that sort of stuff. I really hope this is something they kind of reverse, because this is a really big way that I trade. Especially because I put a lot of time into my stream. And like I said, if I didn't stream a lot, if I wasn't a content creator, I probably don't use a lot of these methods. I probably just stick to icons, because that's the market that I love to trade with. I love trading with icons, and maybe some out of pack specials I'd probably go and look at. But, you know, compare price sniping is huge, and I hope that they do reverse that, because right now you can't snipe cards unless you're doing something like this, where you go like silver, Premier League, and then you're kind of adjusting the price every time. So that's gonna be huge. Yeah, like this, you cannot compare price snipe on that. You literally have to wait for one to pop up underneath your filter and do this. That for me is not a good thing for my account, and I think a lot of you guys also are probably pissed off about that. Hope you guys enjoyed the video today. We're gonna have more content coming on the Friday. We're gonna talk about a few things in regards to the market. Thanks for watching the video. Appreciate it, and I'll talk to you guys in the video soon. Peace out.